So when you open your PowerPoint, this is what you're going to see, a blank user interface. So right now I'm trying to change the background from white to another color. There are different ways you can go about this, but I decided to just draw a rectangle on the canvas. So this is blue color because it has been preset to be blue, but I can decide to change it to any other color I want. So right now I'm trying to write on my background. So I'm trying to write problem, then increase the font because it has to be very bold. Not like very bold, but it has to be, people should be able to see what you're writing, or people should be able to see what you're trying to project. For instance, if you're trying to project this pitch, it has to be very visible even for the people at the back to see. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So now I'm changing problem from black to white because I want to change my background from blue to black. So just watch. So since we're working with 5 slides, I'm trying to duplicate this first slide. So I'm duplicating so that I have my 5 slides ready. So what I did was I right clicked and picked duplicate. So that's what I did for that part. So now let's start with the first slide. So I want to draw a rectangle just to act as a design. I don't want the problem to just be plain like that. But I don't want blue color, so I'm going to change the color to red. So what I picked is I went to pick shape fill over there. So the shape fill allows you to change it to any color you want. Then under shape outline, I chose no outline because when there's outline there, it gives it, it's not really real. It's not so real. But when there's no outline, it gives it a very unique feeling. So I can decide to just copy this rectangle and paste on all my slides. So that's what I'm trying to do now. Just copy. You can press Ctrl C or you right click and choose copy. So to paste, you can still right click and choose paste, or you press Ctrl V. So you see, even though I've not really started my pitch deck in full, it's already looking fine already. Okay, that's the theology. So all I'm just doing is just trying to adjust and making it align. This So basically all what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give heading to each of the slide. Your slide needs to have heading, like each slide needs to have heading. So the first slide should be name of your theme. This can also be same with your solution, like the name of your solution. So that's what the first slide is meant to be. I mean, you shouldn't just, though it depends, like I said, it depends. There are different ways to this thing, depending on how you want it to go. But usually it's very nice when your first slide, when it projects your team, when it projects your brand, such that even before your presentation, the first slide is being projected. Everyone can see, oh, this company, in fact, they will know, they will have a certain knowledge about what your company or what your organization or initiative is all about. So you don't want to start with the problem on the first slide. So right now I'm starting problem on slide 2. Okay, so right now, the problem I'm trying to focus on is food wastage in Nigeria. So right now, I went on Google to search for um, images that project food images. If my organization has actually started, I can decide to say, okay, we snapped this image ourselves. But considering the fact that, oh, we've not started, so I decided to go online and look for a credible source to get my picture. If the slide is actually, if the slide is not restricted to just 5 slides, then I can put my reference, the source at the last slide. But considering the fact that I'm limited, so I'm not going to add source. Why some actually add source underneath the image, but considering the fact that I'm kind of limited, so I'm just going to limit it like this. So I went to download this from Google and I've inserted it. You notice this is now white simply because I deleted the rectangle. Very simple. I simply deleted the rectangle. And when I deleted the rectangle, I changed this problem that was in white color to black. So it would show. If it's in white and the background is white, it's not going to show. Then I adjusted the image. So there's nothing much. Just adjusted the image. So I'm still trying to figure out how this should go. Like, I'm just trying to imagine myself presenting this. I'm trying to imagine myself standing in front of my investors and trying to make them, drop money. So I'm trying to imagine, okay, how do I portray this problem to them? They might not know about it, especially if they are not even Nigerians. So they might not even know what food wastage is. So I need to, present this to them visually now. Like they need to see an image. So that's the reason why I am bringing the the pictures basically. So for now, this is what I have on ground. I'm still trying to think. In fact, don't be surprised if my final results does not even contain any of this, simply because I'm still thinking. I mean, your pitch should, you keep refining it. When you find something better, you swap and all. But so right now, this is what I have for my problem slide. Lest I forget, you have to save your work. Like, this is something we often forget to do, and it costs us everything. So you have to save your work, because the laptop can go off anytime. The laptop could decide to hang and the whole program will just shut down, and then you lose your work. So it's best for you to save, so that if at all anything happen, you still have your work as a backup. You have your backup. So that's the essence of saving your documents. So right now I'm trying to save, then we'll move on. So moving on to slide 3, that's solution. So I'm trying to imagine myself say, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is our solution. Then the third slide would, project, and they would see our beautiful company's name or solution's name, our logo, what we stand for, that would pop up. So that's all they need to see. Then I'm going to use my mouth to explain things to them. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm going to just use my mouth to explain to them that, okay, so this is food save up. Okay, I decided to come up with a name. So this particular problem I'm trying to solve is an initiative of group 2. The pitch you guys presented back then, so I'm trying to refine it, at least best to my knowledge. So after looking through all the slide, I decided to pick this. I don't know why, but I just decided to go for this. So I decided to give it food save up, since we're trying to conserve food, we're trying to prevent wastage and all. So food save up. So truly, this gave me tough time, to be sincere, because I had to think of name. I had to think of, okay, what logo can I use? On a norm, if I'm to, like if this is actually an initiative I want to work with, the logo has to be a real logo. Like, I have to maybe contact a graphic designer to help me with a logo if I can't come up with one myself. But what I did right here is I decided to just go online. I searched for agric logo, like logo for agriculture, logo for food, and I decided to pick the one I'm cool with. So at least just to be using for now. But if you are to do something very, very serious, it's best you go for something credible, which is your own original logo. But for the sake of practice, I'm going to be using a logo I got from Google. Yeah, Google is your friend. You can find everything you need. And if you notice, all I've been using is just rectangle, my text box, color, fonts, increase fonts. That's all I've really been using, if you've noticed. Nothing serious. So that's it. And then when you're pitching, I need to mention this. It's very important for you to reduce using of animation, at least like to the barest minimum. Your pitch shouldn't be jumping up and down, like doing spiral. Like, I've seen people do that and it's not really good. So it's best for you to not even use any of, if at all you want to use, then let it be limited, unless your pitch is going to be automated. When I mean automated, it's going to be okay, I'm talking too much actually, but I just think it's important for you to know. So it's very important for you to reduce the animations. And if you are to use animations at all, it should be used only if your pitch will be automated. Like, you won't have to be touching it. Your pitch will just be moving itself. Slide 1 would move automatically to slide 2 to slide 3. That's when you should really use that. Or unless you're trying to hide a certain part of your pitch, so that when you get to that point, it will display. So that's just it. So right now I'm still thinking on designs to do for food save up. I'm still thinking, this is the first logo I got, but I'm not sure I really like this logo, so I'm going to look for another logo and finalize which one I want to use. I'm still looking for fonts as well, and so that's just it. So just keep trying your hands on it until you get something that is really nice, that would wow people. Okay, so I think I'm cool with the color green, considering the fact that food agriculture is more of a green color than any other color. So I think I would have to work with this green. And I got another logo that I think is really cool. So I'm going to edit the logo as well, and then let's see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to attach our vision to the down part simply because there are some certain opportunities they would ask you to submit your pitch deck, and they will have to review your pitch deck at first. So just in case I'm going to submit this for a pre-review, so that anybody checking this would be able to read through her vision and know much more about what we do at Food Save Hub. So that's why I'm attaching our vision, and I make sure the vision is very detailed, such that they would have to see it and at least get to know what Food Save Up is about. So you need to, it's not a must. There are different ways you can go about this, but I just decided to do this, and at least that was what came to my mind when I was designing this. So moving on to my theme. Actually, the theme is going to come last, not in all cases, but because I'm being restricted to 5 slides, so I'm making my teammates to come last. And I'm going to tell you why later on. The fourth thing is going to be business model, because I know I'm not ready for business model yet. I know that might take time, so I just want to do team and let that one be done. So for the team, it's usually best to include your team's pictures, their role in the team, and of course, usually not all the members of your team. Like, it's usually like the major, should I say, the major executives in the team. Except your team is just, except all of you in the team, you guys are just few. But if your team is over 10 and then you want to put 10 people here, really? So just put the major stakeholders in the team over inside. Just put it inside your slide. So yeah, I decided to just put the team lead, director of finance, and the third and fourth person. I just came up with their roles and all. You guys could decide, okay, what are you good at? Why I'm trying to put this there is, so they would know, okay, so this is the team lead, this is the director of finance, so they will know you guys are actually organized. It's not easy for someone to drop 1 million naira and they won't even know who are those managing those funds. So when you add your team, the team's profile, in fact, some go as far as even adding other portfolios, like maybe their qualification, or maybe their what's it called, that just promotes the team members, basically, that promotes that, we are capable of actually making use of the 1 million naira effectively. So that's why some just list their team names, like just the names, like just put it there, but depending on how you want it. So that's for that. So back to my first slide. I just wrote that the first slide could be the name of your team or the name of your solution. I wrote that because I didn't have a name when I started. So right now, don't forget my solution is in slide 3. So I just went to copy my solution name and my logo, and I pasted on the first slide. So I just put it there, blank, nothing on top, no solution, no problem, nothing on top, just blank. So now I'm going to work on my business model. You see, the business model, when I started the business model, I really didn't know what I want to do, but I just know that, okay, Food Save Up, what we stand for is we serve as an intermediary between the farmers and, the markets. So if you see what I did here, apologies if you've been seeing, different slides popping up and all. My mouse is kind of bad. So you see, the mouse is very bad. So it's been causing, kata kata. So apologies. So that's just it. I've been trying to manage it. It's because it's urgent. I would have, gone out to get mouse today, but I just had to do this first. So business model is basically, how do you make money from this? That's just it. If it's an NGO, you could maybe put impact and not necessarily business model. But considering the fact that this is looking more like a social enterprise, that is, you're trying to solve a problem and we're getting something back, even if it's little, but we're getting something back. And getting something back, trust me, it makes the organization, it makes the enterprise much more sustainable. When there's something coming back, when it's not as if you totally rely on grants, you totally rely on, sponsors, but last something go enter. Okay, so for this business model, I went online and I just decided to search for connecting farmers to markets. So I saw this image by my right hand side. So I saw it, I'm like, oh wow, this is perfect. So I can, make use of this. And you can see what I did. Like, I just decided to, okay, fine, let this be here, and yeah, my write-up should be by the left. Regarding the fact that I'm limited to should be by the right side. 5 slides. So there's nothing to add there. That part nothing of add. The 1 million naira the food save up. I was the one that added it. Even if it just be one logo on the laptop, I need to add it because I just so they will know we actually added it. So I decided to say, okay, since business model is still under money, so I'm going to just put we need 1 million naira, and you won't just say we need it, like we need it. You have to add why you need the money. It's very essential why you need it. It's either you add it or you say it with your mouth. So usually if I'm to do a real pitch deck, a real one that I'm not limited to number of slides, I'm going to include my financials, my traction. So all this one basically mean we are going to I'm going to extract my how do I put it now? We're going to assume. So it's more like an assumption that, okay, if we make 10% from 1,000 farmers in the first 3 months, then how much are we going to make at the end of 1 year? Then how much are we going to make at the end of 5 years? Then we're going to show them our profits, our net profit, and how sustainable this business is and all. So that is what the full pitch deck is meant to contain. But considering the fact that I'm just limited to 5 slides, so I just decided to just limit this to this. So usually, if you have enough time to talk during the presentation, then you can further explain how you'd make money. You can just use your mouth to tell them, no. So for every transaction made, we get 10% commission. So what if we make 100 transactions in a day? What if we make so in a day? So that's just the way you're going to put it. So you're going to explain it very well to your investors. Because this is just a slide, you don't have to put all the stories there. Back to problem. Did you notice I removed the tomato pictures simply because I feel I need to write more here. I need to write more stuffs here. I need to, and then you have to give it space. You have to increase the space. See what I did there? What I did is I just increased the line spacing. I think this is 2.5 or 3 line spacing just to make it, very nice. So this is the end of my slide. Yeah, this is the end. So this is my front slide. This is the first one. This is my team. I have my business model and other things. So that's just it, 5 slides. And then I decided to save. It's very important for you to save. Then you can save as PDF, save as anything you want. So that's just it.